Ew.
Here we are.
This is why we're doing a podcast,
Can't
bitch.
believe any of us did that.
These are bad decisions. 1, 2, 3, bitch.
Hey, you're listening to Babes and Bad Decisions podcast. We're babes, we make bad decisions, and we're here to tell you about them. My name's Elaina.
I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Emily. And before we start, I have a surprise.
I've been forced to not look in this general area.
Yeah. So, ready?
Yes.
No.
I got champagne.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck it up.
Oh, I'm so ready.
But I forgot to put it in the fridge. Therefore, it is
Warm.
So, I
My
put ice cubes
favorite.
in our wine glasses.
Like
And
classy women.
We're recording this on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
My
She's turning 32.
Doesn't it look great?
Doesn't she look great
Don't
for
I
32?
look great?
Imagine you like pop your eye out on your birthday. We're recording.
What do
You
say?
get it
Oh,
on
also,
film.
she iced me. So now I have this big, wonderful ice I get to drink during the episode.
You say it like it's a bad thing that I iced you.
I mean, it's not a fun.
Oh my! I knew it was. I can open a champagne bottle. I just. Oh, are you okay? Quickly.
You.
We haven't been able to
Ew.
do this in a long time, so.
2 men being dicks.
Correct.
And Emily's birthday.
yeah.
And, oh yeah, that too.
Same thing.
Same thing. Same holiday.
Dangerous. All right. We're about to get drunk. Cool.
And film it.
Okay, so this week we're talking about dating. And as every week, I have some questions for you all.
Really?
I've never dated. I don't think
Shocker.
I can answer these.
That's true. Okay. So first of all, I feel like this is a topic of not contention, but like everyone views it differently. How do you define dating?
I feel like that's how we start off with everything we talk about.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
because it's
What's
important.
your definition of sex? What's your definition?
That's actually really important. No, I'm just kidding.
Friends with benefits.
No, okay,
Hooking
but
up.
the thing is,
What else have we got?
everyone defines
Cheating.
it differently.
Yeah.
So
for
I
sure.
like to know that we are on the same page. You bitch.
Or not. Or know
Or
that
not.
we're not on the same page.
Now Charlotte's being problematic again.
I define dating as just going on dates with someone. Like, you don't even have to be in an official relationship to be like, oh, we're dating. You know what I mean? Like, casually dating.
Yeah, I feel like, but if you're saying like, oh, I'm dating him, then it sounds a little more official. But
Right.
if it's like, oh, I'm going on dates, like I'm
Right.
dating people, I'm just going on dates with them, it's like
Right.
very
Dating is
casual.
when you label each other as boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend. That is
Partners.
dating. Partners.
See, I don't think that's
a
only
relationship.
dating.
I
See, that's like, oh, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
What is the
or they
difference
asked me
between
to be-
dating
this
and a
is like
relationship?
casual dating. See, okay, so dating versus being involved versus being in a relationship.
Right.
So I say if I'm
Why the fuck are there so many terms?
if I'm involved with somebody, it means like there is like a continuous type of involvement. So like we're not official or anything, but like we're seeing each other and like it's probably exclusive if I'm saying that we're involved.
Got it.
But if it's a relationship, it means you've officially asked me to date you and only you and be your girlfriend.
Right. Yeah, see, you can be
Laughing at me?
dating.
There's just so many fucking terms.
In my head, you can be dating multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're like, no, I'm dating this person, that's like, okay, we've gone on consecutive dates, but we're not officially like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlotte's like,
You keep it
I
up?
don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well, what counts as a date? Like, does Netflix and chill count as a date to you guys?
Fuck no. No.
Fuck no, baby.
That's fucking free as fuck.
No.
That's not a date.
That's a hookup.
That's a lazy
See, but
hookup.
I think a date can be free, but I feel like Netflix and
There's
chill
no
is like
thought
lazy.
into that. There's no time and effort,
Right.
money, none of
Because, like,
none of
cooking
them.
dinner together is free, but that's a date.
Right.
There was effort into that. That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh, yes, effort.
Yeah, let me just get my laptop and throw on the Netflix show that I was watching before you got here.
Exactly.
And you have no idea what's going on. I'm on season 7, halfway through. You don't know any of these
I hate when you
characters.
fucking do that.
Does that happen to you often?
Yeah,
I'm
you seem
sitting there, and
triggered.
especially if they're like midway through a movie, and I'm sitting there. 1, I fucking hate movies, and then 2,
That's
now I
true.
have to go in the middle of a movie, not knowing what the fuck happened, and
Someone
watch it
really
with you.
turned on the middle of a movie and was like, join me. And you're like, what?
Yeah, that happened to you?
I was like, yes, it did. And then I was asking 20,000 questions at the end of it, and they were like, what the fuck?
And
Yeah.
you're like, no, what the fuck?
No, but like actually. See, in my opinion, Netflix and chill is like we're gonna have sex. So that's more like a hooking up type
Friends
thing.
with benefits, like
Right. But if you're dating someone, you have a little bit more interest in them.
Agreed.
Thanks, Elaina.
You wanted to go
You're
further.
welcome.
So wait, why haven't you guys asked me out on a date?
I have asked you out.
We've
There
been on
is
so many
proof.
dates.
There's proof of me literally
Basically,
asking you to go out with
we're
me.
dating.
We're married. Oh my gosh.
Can I
So
have more?
today's my birthday.
Is it really?
And Elaina and Charlotte gave me my presents this morning.
Can we have like a tab at the bottom of the screen on how many times we say that it's Emily's birthday?
yes, birthday
Continue.
counter too. And she always gets me like a happy birthday to my wife card.
I go to the wife section in
I
the
know.
cards, in the card section. This one had otters on it.
You're my otter half.
Gross.
Hate it. Okay. So who pays on the date? We've talked about this, not last episode, was it? Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the last one.
Money was not past episode, but episode before.
Right.
And I think we've answered this, but my thing is, if I ask you on a date, I'm expecting to pay.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me on a date, I'm expecting you to pay. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what gender you are.
Yeah.
So
Boom.
it's my rule.
I agree with that rule.
I hate you.
My thing is, if it's the first date, traditionally, the men. I'm
The
going,
men.
I'm
The men.
going out dates with
All 30%
multiple men.
of our male listeners.
Yeah, when I go out dating, it's speed dating. So like I'll like just ring them in from Tinder and just be
Uh-huh.
like boom,
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 boom, boom.
One right after the other.
Oh my god, imagine how full you'd be if you like ordered a different dish for every
Of dick
guy.
or of food?
Both.
Ew.
I'm a
Anyway,
genius. Okay.
what the fuck are we talking about?
Dates. Who pays? Yeah. So Charlotte doesn't ask people out though, so it makes sense that she expects other people to pay.
Correct.
Yeah. Or Elaina asked them out for me.
Oh, for her, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you dumb, just fucking ask them out.
She'd be like, "Hey,
I want to get
hang?"
with her neighbor so fucking
I told her that
bad.
she-
You have a hot neighbor?
I told her that she would think my neighbor was
You
hot.
didn't tell. Does he look like a baby?
A little.
Yeah.
He looks frat boy-esque.
But he's not like a baby, like he genuinely looks young, but he's,
Blonde.
yes, and like clean shaven.
Blonde men look like children to me.
Shaven.
But
It's the best
he's a
part.
master's student, so he's a little bit older, so he looks a little bit older.
Wow.
And he's I think it was like an economics or a finance major
finance.
or something. Yeah, so I was like, you guys can sit around and talk about stocks, and
That sounds like the hottest conversation.
I mean, Charlotte
ever.
would love it, so.
I'd get turned
Fucking-
on. I don't know about
I'm
you.
gonna put a
but-
stock in my bond. Ew. That doesn't make any sense. All right. What do you look for on the first date?
I gotta think they're
Don't
sexy.
fucking bore me. That's what I look for.
Sexy.
Don't fucking bore me.
Correct. If you
Yeah.
can make me laugh.
Yes.
Also, I say this every time. A first date, I'll ask 20 questions, and however long it takes you to ask me one of the questions back says a lot about you.
I would ask you the first
So,
question back
A
immediately.
if I
first
get to
date with
fucking
Charlotte
20
sounds
It's
so
an interview.
stressful.
Did you bring your resume?
Like you're being tested.
Copy paper.
You're like,
No,
oh, sorry,
well,
you didn't ask me a
we
question
bring it back
quick
to
enough.
Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy didn't ask me one fucking question. I asked him
Yeah.
questions for an hour.
Yeah.
He didn't ask me one
That
back.
sounds disgusting.
So, if you can't ask me a question about myself on the fucking first date,
Oh, I'm with you. It was just you said
did he ever learn your last name?
there was a fly.
I know. Did he ever learn your last name?
oh good.
No.
You were like, it's Let Kiss My Ass, okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, well, and also you've explained before that you look for like traditional things. So like if he pulls out your
gentleman.
chair, if he like
Open
holds the
car
door. Yeah, the pulling out the chair thing's not a big deal, but like if you open my door, it's not, if you don't do that, I'm not like Xing you out immediately, but if you do it,
Brownie points.
I'm like,
oh, okay.
okay, I'll see you.
Yeah, I'm also big on the laughing thing. And then just like general back and forth. Like we have to have a good flow of conversation, which is kind of hit or miss. And that's not really something that you can like work on. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like practice before. It just kind of
Goes home,
happens.
I gotta
Just
study.
like in the mirror, like,
There's just like some people that
No,
you have
you
really good
Works
back
on
and forth
facial
with.
expressions.
And then other people you don't.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
Ew. I tend to be a little bit more on the reserved side and like a little more shy
little?
shocker.
at
A
first.
little?
So I need the other person to
Wow,
feel
first date with
comfortable.
you sounds horrible.
Thank you.
Intense.
I need the other person to feel more comfortable kind of like leading
starting-
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Being a little bit more confident in that setting.
I get that because I'm a very talkative person, but I do. I want to make friends with people. Like, 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 I want to make like I went on a date with Bumble Guy, like my quarantine buddy. And he like led the whole conversation. He asked me so many questions about myself, and I would go to ask him stuff back, but he would just like keep wanting to like build on the conversation, whatever. And I was like, this is really nice because I'm a Leo counter in the other corner as well. And so I like to talk about myself.
Yeah.
And if you get to know me, then it means that like you can see what we have in common.
Right.
And then like I'll get to know you as well.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, are there any like little things that you look for on a first date?
Eye contact.
Yes.
That's
I
a
look
big
for
one.
eye contact in anyone I'm interested in.
That is a big one.
If they're like looking off to the side while you're talking, just tell me
like-
I'm boring you.
Yeah.
Please, like save us some time.
Yeah.
I also like, honestly, my ex used to do this sometimes where we would go to a restaurant that he was familiar with and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And like when you get there, I usually go to the bathroom, I'll wash my hands, like freshen up,
Ew.
do that dumb shit. And when I get back, or like at some point when I got back, he would order like an appetizer that he's like, oh, I thought we would like this. And
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Because it saves time from looking at the menu. You have food and you didn't know it. And you're like, oh.
Oh no, I immediately sit down and I'm like, what's good?
Yeah. Okay.
Because
What do I wanna eat?
I don't like go and like freshen up or anything.
No, me
I
either.
just am immediately because I
Food.
probably haven't eaten since breakfast because I was saving up because we were going somewhere really good. And
So basically you starve yourself. for dates.
I eat breakfast because then I know it's probably going to be a little earlier than I would normally eat dinner, and we're going to go somewhere good. So I'm saving my stomach room.
It's like when we went to Olive Garden, Elaina. Didn't eat all day.
Oh, also be nice, like, to make sure that they're nice to
the
waiters.
service staff.
Yes, or even if you're not at a restaurant, like, anywhere.
Just be nice.
Just be a nice person.
Don't date mean people.
Because, like, you can be nice to me, and that's really great because we're on a first date. So,
Yeah.
duh, you're going to be nice to me. But, like, also be nice to everyone else. You know? That's, like, a little thing.
Yes, if they're nice to the service staff,
Important.
it's very important because people are nice to you because they just want to fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows if they're like, yeah, baby, whatever you want. And then the service staff comes over and they're like, why did you fuck this up? Like, you're a terrible
Yeah.
person. I hope you burn and die. And it's like, well, we don't talk to people like that. Let's not do that. Cool. And then important, my mom loves when we talk about stuff like this, how to be safe on dates.
Oh, yes.
Share your location with your friends. Tell them where you're going and who you're going with. And I think it's fun to have like a code word if the date's going really bad.
Oh, yes.
Or like an emoji.
Elaina and I had one. I forget what it was.
I also forget. I think it was
Oh
an
my God,
emoji.
yeah.
I thought it was. Yes, those are all good. It's also, I mean, if you're really that worried about it, you can drive yourself if you really want
I
to.
always drive myself. I don't want them knowing where I live.
You can make sure it's in more of like a public setting,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. Like, don't just go to their house first date because
Right.
they will murder you.
Right.
Like, absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
like in the
Gonna
middle
die.
of nowhere, like
They're like, yeah, I live on
On
a
a-
farm in
on
the
a
middle
hike in the middle of nowhere.
at night. Yeah. So that was for you, Sandy. Love you. But it is important to be safe on dates. So
With condoms, too.
yes, condoms too,
Bring some. You never know.
Keep one in your wallet.
or in your purse. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Keep a
this
couple.
weekend, I was with a man, and
Wait, what?
You're cheating on us?
we have an open relationship, guys. I made this very clear. So I was with a man, and he was like, I have a condom. And I was like, oh, I do too. And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's so cool, dude. Like, what? I was like,
We need to normalize that shit.
I literally always have one on me. It's always in my purse.
Because that way you don't have to worry about them having them.
Yeah, and they can't be like, well, I don't have any. Like, I guess I just got a raw dog you.
You're like, so.
It's like, no, sorry, buddy.
Psych.
Pull out that, like, Magnum. They're
Watch
like,
you.
sorry,
No,
you don't fit in this. I gotta go.
Or pull out like a glow in the dark condom, and they're like, "Whoa,
Oh my
she's got
God.
tricks up her sleeve."
I know, and then they'll be like, I have to wear that because it's glow in the dark. And
I recommend the green ones. They come in a little circle box. You have 3 of them. Anyway,
what were your best and worst first dates?
I'm not
worst
going
first
first.
date was Pizza Boy.
Do you want to elaborate on that one?
I've already said it in
I
the
know.
last episode. Basically, went out on a date with this guy. He asked me to go out on Tinder, pick the place, got a $9 pizza. He didn't pay. He didn't ask me one question about myself. And I was like, bitch, bye. Best date, It was weird because technically my ex and I went on like dates before we were dating. Like, because we both had feelings for each other, and he would pay for me, and like
There was some
treat me
gray
with it.
area.
Yeah, but it was never we had talked about it. So I would say I'm just gonna do best date then, because I really
That was the question, so yes.
Oh, I
Please
thought
do
you
that.
said best first date.
Best
Oh, okay.
and worst.
Yeah, best.
So best date was when we went out to Hibachi in the city, Empire State Building, and then rooftop bar after. That was, and then we went to the hotel after.
Why don't you treat me like this? God damn.
Oh, he bought everything. You think I spent a dime that night?
I'm saying, why don't
you treat her?
me?
Oh,
You gotta. I want it.
Oh.
Give me.
See, I don't
Give
have
me.
that money.
Give me.
No, I don't have that money.
Give me.
Anyway, what about you?
Okay, well, the worst end to a first date was I was going on a date with my more recent ex, and like the first parts of it were great. Everything was great. And then he invited me to come back to his place. I was like, okay. And we had been, like, I had known him for years before this. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't, like, creepy. I didn't think I was going to get murdered. And so I was like, okay, sure. And he was like, yeah, I really want to watch the basketball game right now. When we got there, he's like, are you okay if I turn it on? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, it'll probably be on in the background. Like, we'll make out a little. It'll be fine. He sits down. He's, like, full-blown watching the game.
Oh, God.
And he, like, pulls me on his lap and is just, like, was kissing me for a second and then let me kiss him while he just watched the game. And I was, like, on his lap,
that.
like...
No.
What?
Okay, but if they watch the game, I'm not saying I've done this. I've just heard from other people.
Uh-huh.
If they're watching a game and it's just you two and it's supposed to be like a date.
Suck his dick?
Yes.
It was a first date. But granted, so he did...
And?
He did... Not that I'm shaming anyone.
Show him you're worth it.
No, you can't...
Show him your game while he watches the game.
No, okay. So the thing is... I have some words on that. But he invited me to stay the night. And the next morning, we were leaving super early for Belle's tour. And...
Oh,
so
I remember this.
I was like, I can't... I was like, I would. But I have to get up so early tomorrow. I need to go home.
Yeah.
He took me home. But on the thing, on the thing of having sex. So our friend has had sex on multiple first dates, and she ended up dating those people. But like, she's been reading this book, and it's called like Why Men Love Bitches, and it's a low key misogynistic. I'm not really sure. I haven't gotten that far in it yet. But it makes some good points, and it's about like, if you give him everything, he doesn't have to work for shit. So he's gonna just take advantage of you, and like everything you're giving to him, whether it's sexually, whether it's like helping him with things, cooking for him, he's gonna be like, oh, I don't have to ask. I don't have to work for it.
Right.
You just give it to me. So,
Yeah.
cool. Like, why do I have to work for shit at all? Ever.
Yeah.
Then they fucking cheat on you and you have to dump them. Anyway. It was recent, so I'm, like, mad for her.
Fair points. Fair point. But also, you could make them work for it, and they could still do that, so...
Well, no, correct. That just means they're already... They're
Shitty.
both shitty men.
Right. I agree. I haven't had any like really bad first dates.
Yeah.
Wish I could say the same.
It takes me a while to go on a date with someone to begin with. I don't know. I say that. I haven't been on.
You're like, I might be lying.
I'm
not sure.
I haven't been on that many like dates because anytime that I've been single, I'm not just like going on first dates with lots of people. Like that's not something that I just like do.
Yeah, she went on a date when she was single and she met her boyfriend. So that's
but like
all that needs to be
even
said.
in high school and all of that, like I went on a handful of first dates, but none of them were really that bad.
God,
It was
I
also
love
high
first
school, so it
dates.
was like movies and dinner.
They're so fucking
Yeah.
awkward. God
And most
bless
of them
first
were like
dates.
dinner, or
I
we would go out to eat and then go back to their place or something.
I like first... In high school?
Yeah.
I don't know, my best first date? No, honestly, okay, so my best and worst first date was in the same night.
Okay.
So the end of it, like I said, was really bad. Right. But the beginning was really great because he came and he picked me up, which we already knew each other, so he wasn't going to serial murder me. And he picked me up. He, like, got my door for me. He, like, took me out to Poverty Masa because it was Little Masa, but, like, littler Masa.
Poverty masa.
So we called it Poverty Masa. And
Oh my God.
and so we did that. We had dinner. He was like so attentive. Like he asked me so many good questions. He was like hot, so it was really nice to look at.
Wait, which one was this?
My more recent ex. And it was really great. And then we went to this like bar and we had drinks and just kept talking, and then it started like raining and we were in the car and we like made out. It was cute. But it was just a really good first date, and it was like the first date after my main ex and I had broken up after years of dating. So it was just like nice to get out there as like a very confident like woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back to it. Sleeping on the first date, is that a yes or a no?
No. Nope.
So I've never done it.
I've never done it.
I can't say that I am 100% against it, but I just can't imagine that would be very good.
This is how my brain works. If you're interested in them and you want them to keep coming, give them something to come back to. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, suck their dick.
No.
Give them a hand job.
Not on the first date.
Whatever. Do that. But like anything that comes with like going into bed, doing your thing, leave that for another time. Mm-hmm. Just show them what you got and then be like, oh, wait, there's more. And then that's what the next date comes to.
I mean, here's the thing with all of this, like there are no rules.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do whatever you want and whatever, like shit could happen. You could sleep with someone on the first date and you could end up marrying them and living happily ever after. Like who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
You could be like, that was the best fuck. I need that every day.
But it's
for the rest of my life.
But I mean, do what you're comfortable with. So like, I don't think I would be comfortable sleeping with someone after a first date.
No way. I have to get to know you.
I could hook up with you. Like we could go back and like make out and like maybe get a little hot and heavy, but I don't think that I could like go home.
That's what my mom says.
I don't think I could like go home and like have actual full on complete sex with you.
I really don't. I don't think I'd enjoy the sex on the first date because you don't know them that well.
But it would be awkward.
But wouldn't it be the same with like having sex for the first time anyway? Like it's not.
I feel like the stakes are
amazing.
I mean, yes, but I feel like the stakes are a little higher.
Because when you take time to get to know a person, you know their weaknesses, their strengths.
Their weaknesses.
What they're good at. Like, yeah, because like, no, it makes sense because when you have like a period of dates, obviously you'll like, not saying this is rules, but like say you kiss on the first date, you know how they kiss now. The second date, you suck their dick. Oh, if I do that, that's good. All right. Then we're like, you gave them a hand job. They did stuff to you. Okay, that's great. He knows that now. And then when you go full bang, y'all know what to do.
Yeah, well, see, my thing on that is I say don't have sex on the first date and don't. I mean, okay, because my more recent ex, I would have had sex with him that night.
Right.
Because I just had such a great time and like was really into it. So. Yeah. But I'm glad I didn't because
she's reminiscing about it as she speaks.
But I'm glad I didn't because I left for a week and it like made me want to see him more. It made me excited for that first time. Mm-hmm. Like,
and what if he ghosts you? See, that's another thing.
Well, then fuck him and move on. Get another one.
That's why I don't want to fuck you. You don't know if they're gonna ghost you after the first date.
That's the thing. Because then why would you want to fuck someone who's gonna ghost you?
Or you want to fuck them and then you ghost. Like maybe you want to fuck them and then ghost them.
Then just hop on Tinder, bitch, and be like, down to fuck.
No, if you're on a date with someone and it's going really well and you like them and you can see yourself having at least another date, if not more, then I would say don't because like then I think the build up to sex is really fun.
Oh, I'm with you.
I think like I said this already.
No, I know, but I'm saying
we're agreeing.
Doing things on the first, like this is what I do on this date. This is what I do on this date. But like even when you guys start getting intimate, like I was talking to my roommate about this. Who's literally right behind me. And she was like, she was seeing somebody new and she was like, I didn't want to have sex the first couple times because it was like that buildup is really exciting and it just makes us want it more, which then in turn will usually make the sex better. Yeah. Because the more you guys want it, like the better it's going to be.
You gotta want it.
I mean, like my current boyfriend, we weren't even... Like, I mean, everyone knows it. Like, it was a Tinder thing. Yeah. It wasn't like a serious thing. But like first date, we like hugged in the car. Like I didn't even kiss him.
Just a fucking like.
Literally, that's literally what happened. We literally hugged in the car and I got out. No, I did not even kiss him. And then
I didn't kiss Bumble Boy on the first date.
We like kissed and got hot and heavy a little bit on the second time we hung out. But even then, like, we did little stuff, but we didn't even have full intercourse for, like...
full and complete intercourse.
No, it was like probably a month.
Wow, you held out.
Holy shit.
It was a lot.
A month?
Maybe not
Wait,
a month.
how
It was a few
How
weeks
many
at
dates
least.
did you
I
go
came-
on before you had
I don't
sex?
know.
I
It
came
was a
back,
lot.
and the only reason you were meeting up with him was to have sex.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like for the first couple weeks, like we would meet up and like do stuff and like hang out. I guess
Butt
it
stuff?
probably wasn't a month, but it was definitely a while. Anyhow, so even that was like supposed to be a sexual thing, and I still held out simply because of the fact that it was more exciting to kind of like leave a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the second time we hung out, we were making out and like getting hot and heavy, and I literally stopped halfway and I was like, I'm not having sex with you today. Like that's
Oh, this was in our place.
That's not
I remember
happening.
this
Oh, yeah.
happening.
and he
I
was
we
like,
watched it happen.
he was like,
That's when he met me.
okay. And I was like,
Pizza in a
cool.
Pizza in a bag.
Because that's another thing, you can also kind of get a gauge on how they're going to handle certain things and like their respect for
Yes.
you
Oh yeah.
based on how they react to that. Like that was kind of a test for me when I stopped and I was like, we're in the middle of like making out right now. And I was like, I'm not having sex with you today. Like that's not happening. Just taking that off the table. And how he reacted to that was a little bit of like a test to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you react poorly to that, then like
You're never having sex.
get
with
the
me.
fuck out.
Elena's boyfriend, you passed the test.
You pass.
Good job, buddy.
Congratulations.
What's the cutest date you've ever gone on?
Someone else go.
Well, I remember my first Valentine's Day with my main ex. I was like, I've never received like one of those big teddy bears. Like I've never done a Valentine's Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone did this for me now, I would be like, "Ugh, gross," because I hate romance. But in the moment, it was super cute. And at that point, we'd been dating about 6 months. So he took me through like all of our most notable dates. So we like saw a movie and went to the restaurant we ate at on our first date, and we went to like the thing we did on our second date, and like
That's
throughout
really
the
cute.
whole day he like had this whole day planned, and at the end of the night we went back to his place and he had like this whole setup with flowers and candles and this big like Valentine's teddy bear, which is something I had asked for.
Yeah.
And like chocolate covered strawberries and whipped cream for like sexy things. And it was just really, really thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I had never experienced a Valentine's Day. So the fact that he went like so all out for me
Right.
was really sweet.
Honestly, I think it's between two of the ones I had with my current boyfriend, like early on. And it was like one of the few or two of the few dates that it's ever been like, oh, we're going to like get dressed up and like go out to a
I
nice
took pictures
dinner.
of you. It was around Valentine's Day too. 'Cause
Yeah.
we still had that banner on the wall.
So like beforehand we were hanging out and like we went out to like a little shop and like got each other some small gifts, and then we came back and like got dressed and got all fancied up and then went to like a really nice dinner. And I don't know, I just like really enjoyed that. Like that it felt very like official and like, oh, we're going on a date.
Well,
you know
'cause
what I mean?
And that was at the beginning of your
Yeah, like the
like,
transition.
transition into a full-on relationship.
Right. But I mean, I had been on plenty of like dinner dates before,
Yeah.
but never where I'm like, oh, I'm putting on like a cocktail dress and heels and like I'm getting ready, you know what I mean? And he's
I don't
wearing
think
like
I've-
a suit.
I don't think I've ever gone on a date like that.
Right.
been on
Neither had I. And so I was
I've
like,
never
this
gone
is
on a date
nice.
where the guy, specifically the guy I was going on the date with, was in a suit.
Right.
Yeah.
And he had made the reservation, like he had done all of it. So I was just like, this is kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, fucking pamper me. What?
Mine would be probably, well, I talk about the Empire State Building night a lot because I had no idea that was on the table.
No,
It
that
was
sounds like a good ass date.
No,
It
it
was
sounds
basically
amazing.
like he got a hotel and he was like dressed really nice. He dressed in a suit. I dressed in, I forget what the fuck I wore.
Something nice.
Probably a
Something
jumpsuit and
And
heels.
he was like, I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah.
And it like started out, we walked through
I
Central
love that.
Park and like we talked about stuff. And then I had no idea where we were going to dinner. So like I changed into my heels and then we went to dinner and it was hibachi, which I love.
Love.
Watching.
Then he knew I'd never been on the top floor of the Empire State Building, so he took me there. And then on the Empire State Building, we saw the rooftop bar, and I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Well, we're gonna go there next." And I was like,
Wow.
Did he
that's
already
so
plan
nice.
that? Or
"Yeah."
was
He planned the whole night. Like I had no idea what was
See,
happening.
he's a terrible person, but that sounds like a wonderful date.
No, he like.
No, it was fantastic.
He's good. Like he's good with money, and he's good with like planning things and like bringing out all
He's
the
not good
stops.
with communication
Right.
or like
Any of the
emotional
Anyway.
maturity or like
Anyway,
okay. What's the biggest dating disappointment you've experienced so far?
Yikes.
I have none besides Pizza Boy.
So you have one. It's Pizza Boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even consider that a date. It was the first meetup.
Oh my god.
A meetup? That's a whole nother level.
We met on Tinder, and that was the first time we met each other, and you could call it a date. I don't want to call it a date.
Well, because he didn't buy your pizza.
Nope. Yep, not a date.
She's bitter. Yeah, I don't think I have any like big dating disappointments. I'm happy to report.
Lucky you.
She's like, fuck you both.
I think the only dating disappointment I have is I went on a date with Bumble Boy, and
I love that
slash
nickname.
quarantine buddy, and I really wanted him to kiss me at the end of the night. Like, we had a really great time. He bought me pho, and he asked me all these questions
He
about
bought
myself.
you what?
Pho.
It's the
Like
noodles
Vietnamese
in the,
noodles?
Yeah, in the broth.
It's like
don't know what
ramen,
that
but
is.
not.
And I'll take you. It's really good. So I wanted him to kiss me because we had like a really great date,
Yeah.
and he didn't kiss me.
That's
and I was
upsetting.
like, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I get that.
But that's the only.
Fucking pussy.
Yeah, but then he ended up being my quarantine buddy, and now we don't talk.
So it's fine.
Okay, so social media in dating is like kind of important. When do you start posting people? Like, when do you start posting the person you're dating? Because my more recent ex has never been on my main Instagram ever. I don't have a picture of him on there.
I mean, I would just say when things start to get a little bit more. I mean, the
Hot and
real
heavy.
answer is whenever the fuck you want. But like, in my opinion, yeah, the answer is when you start getting a little bit more serious. Like,
Yeah.
it's more of like a thing. Yeah, and I also feel like once it becomes more serious, that's when you actually start taking like legit pictures together.
Yeah.
To even post, you know what I mean? Like, before it gets to that point, you probably won't even have anything to post because you guys aren't like taking pictures
Yeah.
specifically to post.
But our friend the guy, they just broke up because he cheated on her because he sucks. He's like he's a musician, so he's a lot of followers, and he would never post about her on social media. And it was because he was literally talking to other women.
That's so annoying.
So it's a big red flag. I
Right.
feel like if
Yeah.
they're like intentionally not posting you, because he did post a video of her singing with him.
Yeah.
Because she's on one of his tracks for her birthday. But he wasn't like, say happy birthday to my girlfriend.
Right.
It was like, say happy birthday to her name.
Yeah.
Like, she sings on this song. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's shady.
He is shady.
Yeah, like if you're together in any way, like even if it's like not super official, but you're like together.
Exclusive.
And they're like very clearly avoiding that kind of thing, then like maybe
Red flag.
For all the hoes that date your best friend, there really is no timeline because, like, the guy that I dated was already on my Instagram.
Yeah.
The only thing that changes is the captions and, like...
Yeah.
Nah, no lovey-dovey shit.
It's very case by case.
Yeah. I think, but like the thing is, my main ex was on my Instagram. We also dated for years. But my more recent ex, he never would fucking call me his girlfriend, ever. Even though I was his fucking girlfriend.
Right.
Like, we were exclusive. He wanted to be
hate that.
exclusive.
Yeah, I don't like that.
He was
either.
the one
That's
that
where I like the whole, like, you're mine thing. You're my girlfriend. That's where I like
I
that.
like it too, but he was the one taking all the strides to like further and progress our relationship.
Yeah.
Being like, I want to be exclusive. I want to continue talking to you like this
Right.
when you move. Like, I'm okay with long distance, all of that. And then he would backtrack and be like, I don't want to do long distance. And I'm like, so what the fuck's happening?
Right.
So he would never call me that. And now I talk to him like we're friends, and I'm like, I was your girlfriend. Like, don't fucking rob
Yeah.
me of that title. I
Yeah.
was your girlfriend.
I love when you're done dating and then guys feel that they can tell you everything they were thinking that they should have told you
While you were dating.
It makes me nuts.
Like,
but
I say it all the time. I was like, oh yeah, we like finally, like me and my ex finally talked about like what caused us taking a break. But we couldn't do that.
And that's
While
on
we
a
took a
lack
break.
of communication, kids.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's when we did
And
that,
that's
like,
why
Cody
you
Co
fucking
noise.
broke up.
Period. But I didn't. So he was never on my Instagram or anything ever, because I was like, he says he wants to be exclusive, but like I don't feel comfortable posting. Plus, we were long distance.
Yeah.
So it was like he was on my Snap. Like when he took me out to dinner, he was on my Snap.
Yeah.
But it was like never on Instagram. Instagram's too permanent.
Wait, I don't know if you're gonna ask this, but I want to ask: when you broke up with your exes, did you delete posts?
Oh.
Oh.
I archived some.
I archived like half of them. I kept half of them on because, like, in my mind, I know, like, when people break up with their exes, they're kind of like, oh, I want everything gone. In my mind, like, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. I learned from it. We both mutually agreed that that is what we wanted, to take a break. And, like, I like the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, they still, I remember what we were doing in those pictures, and, like, it still makes me happy, even though it may have ended badly, which is why I still have a few up there.
And you
like-
were friends with him before.
Yeah,
So it's like all
he
of
was my
those
best friend,
pictures
so yeah,
are still up.
like, I deleted, like, the whole, like, Valentine's Day one,
Yeah.
or, like, just,
Yeah.
1 year or something like
Yeah.
that. But other than that, I kept it on.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes when you get with a new person, they're kind of just like, why is your ex on your social
No.
media?
Yeah,
No,
then fuck
see-
you and mind your own goddamn business.
So I'm with you on it, where it's like it happened, like it's a part of my history, and it's something that I want. Like, it was a part of my life, and so I want it
Yeah.
on my Instagram.
And I look really good in that picture.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, I went back after I broke up with my ex.
No, really.
And that ended very badly, as everyone knows. And so I went back on my main Instagram and I archived most of the photos.
Yeah.
But I kept all of the ones where I thought I looked really good.
Fuck yeah.
Because I was like, some of these I just look way too good
Oh,
to
yes.
take them off my Instagram. Like, I don't even care if he's in it. And
Just
if
X out his face.
and if it had like a really sappy caption, I deleted the caption.
Oh my god. Okay,
So it's
when,
literally now just a hot picture of me.
when
Oh, I
El-
kept the
when
caption.
no, when
Hello.
Elaina, when Elaina
Oh, yes.
and her ex broke up, on her Finsta,
We've talked about this.
Talk about it again.
I'm gonna
It's
talk about it
amazing.
again. So on her Finsta, she went through and recaptioned fucking everything, and like it was like when he buys you flowers, and then she changed the caption to like when he buys you flowers because he cheated on you on this trip and he wants to make up for it.
Yeah.
That's cool. It was like,
Or it was like, he'll probably still cheat on you. Or like, one of them was his birthday post on my Finsta, and it was like, I changed it. I kept the beginning the same, and then it was like, here's to another year where you cheat on me or something like that. I went through all
and
of
then
them.
I commented on every single picture because she was changing. We lived together, so
Uh-huh.
she was changing them. Well, we all lived together. She was changing them, and I'm just like, "Fuck yeah, bitch! Like, are you kidding? This is amazing! Yeah, fuck him!" And I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, loved
It
it."
gets
so
a little
good.
rocky when your ex has social media. Like, my ex didn't have social
He
media.
still follows
see,
me.
I don't. He saw
still
them.
follows me on Finsta.
He still follows me.
He
yeah.
saw all of those captions changed.
Yes.
He knows they happened.
Correct.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck him.
Because that's the thing, like, when it really ends badly, like, you
Like
can do
so.
that shit, and you can be like, I mean, yeah, like, they can see it, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I probably said worse to their face.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I
I
mean?
would say the same shit to their face and more.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and, like, a lot of people do that on their main Instagram, and I wasn't that, like, into it. So, I didn't do that on my main Instagram. I only did it on my Finsta.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think basically what we've said, if someone new sees that you have pictures of your ex on Instagram and has a problem with it, like, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, because the thing with that is like I'm still friends with both of my exes.
Right.
And like that's not going to change, and if you can't respect that and respect and understand that like if we're going to date, I'm not going to do anything even mildly inappropriate or crossing any kind of line with them, then
Right.
like you don't trust me enough and we're not going to date. Like
Right.
that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And cuz like I respect boundaries, all of that, and they respect boundaries, and like that's why we're still friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with archiving things, I didn't delete any. I archived
didn't
them
delete
all.
any.
Yeah,
And it was
same.
I archived a lot of the ones that were like I posted because we were together.
Yeah.
So like our Valentine's Day posts, like some of his birthday posts, if I ever posted just him. But there's posts that are like great memories, like going to my semi-formal in my sorority,
Yeah.
and when I would spend New Year's with his family. Like those are great pictures, great memories,
Right.
and like I still love his family, like they still love me, and it's not a memory I want to forget. But I posted for our 4-year anniversary, and I kept the post up, but I changed the caption.
Yeah.
So it was like instead of happy 4 years or whatever, it was like, oh, a trip to this place, or
Right.
like I changed a lot of the captions to be a little less lovey-dovey, but
And the other thing, like, it can also be kind of like nice because like when
Cathartic?
when I started seeing the guy I'm dating now, like he followed me on Instagram. So it was like before I even had to really tell him that there was an ex in the, you know what I mean?
Like a big X.
Like he already knew
Yeah.
because he went through my Instagram and he could see that those pictures were there and like
Yeah.
there was another person there. So it's also kind of nice because it's like you have the information out there, so you don't have to like, you know, like find the time to like tell
Sit 'em
them about this. You know what I mean? Like they can just kind of figure it out for themselves, and it's like, here's all my cards on the table.
Sit them down. It's none of your goddamn business unless you ask.
Well, that's
But
what I'm saying,
If you're
like-
dating them, it is your
Right.
business because
No, it's not unless they ask. Some people don't even want to know about your past relationships. They want to start it on a clean plate. They don't want to know any
See,
slate,
I don't.
clean slate.
I want to know
So
if you
you're like, yeah,
if you have
but
past relationships,
it
like I
affects
want to
who
know.
you are.
I want to know how they ended.
Yeah.
I want to know what you learned from them.
Yeah.
I want to know like
what they did wrong, what you
Right,
did
like,
wrong.
that's
Because
important.
It's all growing. Like I would not change any of my exes for the world because they made me who I am today, and like I feel very comfortable talking about that. Like, but so between my main ex and my more recent ex, they knew each other.
Right.
They were hanging out.
Right.
Like consistently because their friend groups almost completely overlapped. And so he would like ask me questions
Mm-hmm.
and I would answer honestly. Like obviously I wouldn't divulge any personal information,
Right.
but like that's a huge part of my past and we're still friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like and he was still dealing with shit from our breakup while I was dating my more recent ex.
Right.
So I was like I had to tell my ex at the time to be
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, I'm going to go talk to him. He wants to talk to me about this. Like,
Yeah.
like just being completely honest. But how do you, on the flip side, like how do you guys feel about having your partner have pictures of their ex? Because I know I feel weird about it, but I would never tell them to delete it because it's hypocritical because I don't delete mine.
So I know myself, and like my ex doesn't have any like actual exes, so there aren't any on his Instagram. Like he has like friends that are girls on his Instagram, but I know that if he did, there would be a part of me that's like a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
And like not in like a how dare you fucking have this bitch on your Instagram, like please take it down, like you said. Like I'm not gonna be like
Yeah,
crazy.
but it's like you were with another person.
But it's like if I looked at it, I'd be like, fuck.
No, because I feel the same way, but the thing is I would never.
Right.
Because I have, and I'm not going to delete them. I'm not going to let any partner tell me what to fucking do ever
Right.
again. 'Cause
Exactly.
Fuck that.
Yeah. It's like one of those things that like
It's weird. But that's
My-
also
you
post
just
breakup.
don't. It's not gonna feel good to look at it, but at the same time, like
So
it's
just
not.
don't.
Right. So just don't, because it's not fair to ask them to take it down. Well, and the overarching thing is, at the end of the day, it's really about like trusting your partner.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like if that, like even if my current boyfriend now had other exes on his Instagram, like
Yeah.
I trust him at the end of the day.
And the thing with that is like, I kind of stand by this. And if you're going to be with someone and they're going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you.
Yeah.
If they're
There's
going to
nothing
go
you can
back
do
to their
about
ex,
it.
they're going to go back to their ex. Like there's nothing you can do about it at that point. You can't fucking try to like stop them from doing it because it's going to stress you out more. And at that point, you don't want to be with them anyway.
That's a them issue.
The thing is, yeah, you can't stop them. So the whole hypocritical thing plays a part into that as well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
of a different point.
Yeah.
But I might not like it, but I'm going to accept it because I have done the same thing and I'm not going to listen to you and change it.
Right.
So I might be like, that makes me a little jealous, but they're with me.
Right.
They're not with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said,
it's just a picture.
It's
It's
just
in the
a photo.
past.
for anything, just think about what you say before you send it or you say it. Like, think about, am I doing this in a way before you get yourself caught in a fight where they could be like, well, you're
Well, you
doing
do the same
this.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
So think before you say or text.
Because we judge ourselves on our intentions and we judge others on their actions. So
So profound.
it is. No, it's not my quote. It's not my quote.
Well, I know, but it's still
But
profound.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you. And so it's easy
Emily
to
Grace Bishop here.
check.
It's
It's
coming
easy.
in on Babes and Bad Decisions. So I'm going to interrupt
I'm gonna get that
you
on a
every time.
t-shirt. And well, it's my birthday today, 3.
Counter.
And they got us shirts.
Well, I
which-
did actually.
Sorry,
No,
yeah.
Elaina
Elaina got us
shirts.
shirts, and I feel like by the time this comes out, you'll see pictures. It'll probably be in the promo for this episode, whatever.
We're really talking about this right now.
It's really exciting.
No,
But-
Emily's drunk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next question.
All right. So, do you guys remember the show Awkward on MTV?
No.
Yes. Oh my God.
Remember?
Yes.
No.
It was like Maddie and Jake.
No, I've
Yes.
literally never seen this ever in my life.
Isn't it about the two girls that pretend they're lesbians?
No, the one girl, she's got the bangs and the side braid, and she hooks up with
Wait,
the
I
hot
don't
guy,
know
and
this
then she
show.
dates
Never
the other.
mind. No.
Oh my god, awkward on MTV. All right, if you guys remember, tell me. But so they're literally like, how do I DTR? And I was like, what does DTR mean? I was like, I don't even remember.
When was this?
I don't know. Probably early high school. But I
Okay.
was like, oh my god, DTR, it's so important. I have to remember. And it's determine the relationship. Define the relationship.
Define. I was going to say that sounds wrong.
Define the relationship. So when do you DTR? When do you define the relationship?
Once you've like done everything that you can do in like the casual setting, and now you're like, all right, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we've gone on enough dates.
Yeah.
Like we're talking all the time. Like we're acting very boyfriend girlfriend. And then it gets to that point where like you start wondering about it, and that's the point where you're like, all right, like what the fuck is this?
If you're overthinking it, like that is the time to ask. And I
Right.
feel like Charlotte doesn't agree with us because she's over here shaking her
yeah,
head.
she's got like the skeptical look on her face.
Well, because I feel that, like, if I'm going on dates with someone, I'm not going to say shit until I know what I want. So that could
No, but this is down the line. This is not on the first couple dates. This is if you guys have been dating.
You've been
for
dating
a month or two, maybe a couple more, depending on everyone's timeline.
See, this is where we differ, because when you say dating, I hear relationship, which is how you guys
You've
differ.
been going on
You're-
dates.
Yes, you're going on dates with the same person over and over again. You guys are hanging out a lot, hanging out at each other's places. You've like met each other's friends.
You text all the time.
You text all the time. You're acting like you're
You're
in a
dating.
relationship.
You're in a relationship.
But they have
but
not
they
asked
haven't
you.
asked you. If you're acting like
Asked you? What the fuck?
No, no, no.
What
To
is
to
this,
be
1980?
to be their girlfriend or boyfriend.
In 1980, you're gonna ask me that?
No,
My
but
boyfriend asked
If
me
you're
to be
gonna
his
take me on a
girlfriend.
date like every week
I
and
don't
like text
assume-
me every day
No.
and then say that you're not hooking up with anyone else, like,
see the
let's
thing.
put the cards out on the table, ladies. Like,
But that's what you're saying. You want to put the cards on the table. So
Yeah,
when
No,
do you,
it's like
when do you
it's
do
there
that?
for you. I don't know what you're asking. To
Okay,
make it
but
more
think about me and
complicated.
my more recent ex. We were exclusive. We were long distance, and we
He
were.
said to you, Emily, you asked him, you were like, "Are we dating?" He's like, "What the fuck do you think this is?"
But he never called me his girlfriend, which is fucking.
that's just weird
It's
on
fucked
his
up.
end. But he knew that you were dating.
But
Yeah.
Like,
she
he
didn't.
said that to you.
But
He's
she
like, what
did
the
not.
fuck
But
do you think this
I
is?
didn't, which is the main issue. If not both, if both or like all of the partners don't know what the fuck's going on, then there is something wrong, and you need to talk
I've
about
never had to be asked to be someone's girlfriend. I never had to talk about this. It was like, we are only seeing each other. We're going on dates. We're only talking to each other.
it. Okay,
We're
well, did
dating.
he ever ask you to be his girlfriend, like officially ask you those words?
No. No.
So when's your anniversary?
My birthday.
So
Why?
what happened on your birthday that made that
We fucked for the first time.
That's your definition of getting together? Had he asked you to be exclusive?
Well, also, we were
exclusive
long
beforehand?
distance. You forgot about that part.
Yeah, but
So, like,
what
we
happened?
were
Like-
talking, and then basically he was like, because we were best friends, and then we started having feelings for each other, we didn't really know what date to put on that.
Mm-hmm.
So we did it the first time we fucked because we were long distance at the time. So we had started technically dating.
but did you guys
probably
have that
bef-
conversation about
Yeah.
what's our anniversary?
So he was like, "What is our anniversary?" And I was like, "Well, you came to Florida this day, and this was the first time we fucked." He's like, "Then let's do that."
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Well, because all of my relationships have been, my anniversary date is when someone asked me to be their girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Mine too.
And that happened with my main ex. My more recent ex asked me to be exclusive and all this shit, but his expectations were very clear. Like, he acted like, yeah, we were dating, but like we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. He wouldn't
Right.
call me his girlfriend ever. Like,
Wait, I know what it was.
what?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking.
No, go
about
ahead,
it.
go ahead, go ahead.
We fucked after my birthday. The reason we chose my birthday was because that was the first day he genuinely said, "I love you."
You said
Okay.
I love you before you were even like officially together.
Emily, we were best friends for 3 years, and then we gained
Yeah.
feelings for each other.
Shut
So
up.
like it kind of was like,
Yeah, no, it's
that
a different
came first,
timeline.
and we were also in different states at the time. So
'Cause
once
it's not like
he
you have
said
to get
that,
to know each other.
it was like,
Yeah.
he had booked the flights already, and he's like, "All right, well, I'm not going to be there until this day."
No, mine.
So we were both
mine
like,
have
"That's
always
it."
been like even my like main ex. Like we had a whole bunch of shit for like years, and then like even then still like there was a little bit of like gray area, but there was still a point where he was like, "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
Like there was still a time where he
I
like
remember
asked me
putting
that.
like you were FBO, which I don't think anybody does Facebook official anymore.
Yeah.
Do you?
Elaina
Like
does.
would you? Are you and your boyfriend Facebook official?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that important to you?
They put it at the
kind
same
of.
time.
But it wasn't like a priority. Like it wasn't like, oh, we became boyfriend girlfriend, and like that same day it was like, oh, we're putting it on Facebook.
My next relationship, I'm not putting shit on Facebook.
Yeah, nobody I care about's on Facebook. It's all about Instagram and Snap.
I don't know. For me, it's like it's not
truly.
it's not super important, but I like having it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't know if I answered this already. My definition of like when do you define the relationship, DTR, is essentially if we're doing relationshipy things, I want the title.
Yeah.
I want the girlfriend title.
Oh
Right.
my god, that title means so fucking much to me. When he was like, "You're mine," I was like,
yes,
"Oh,
because if you're not going to introduce me as your girlfriend, if you're still introducing me as your friend, like fuck that. I'm not doing shit for you.
Yep.
Like, are you kidding me? So that's what I need. I need to sit down and be like, hey, so what the fuck is this?
slap that title on there.
Yes, because the thing is, if you're not going to make that next move and I'm ready and like you're putting it off for like little fuckboy bullshit reasons, I'm ending it.
Yeah.
We're done. You're not going to get all the benefits anymore. Or we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Or you can explain to me why you think we should wait a little bit more and then maybe I'll agree with it.
Right.
So what do you do if they don't want a relationship?
Well,
say bye, bitch."
you have to evaluate whether or not you want a relationship.
Correct.
Because like if you're fine to just kind of be
Well, it's
whatever.
almost like we were talking about this
Wow.
morning.
Because like I said when we were getting ready for this episode, I was like, my body is a temple. I don't
No,
need a relationship.
my body's not a temple. It's it's
Luigi's.
fucking Luigi's mansion.
Like, my body's a temple. I don't need a relationship.
Yeah.
So if they're like, if they pulled that out and they're like, so what are we? I mean, you're just a good fuck. Like, I mean,
If you
imagine
think,
I said that.
but you are very clear about your boundaries. Like, we are not dating. Like we're
no.
not anything.
I would say it
close.
right then and there. Like, we are not dating.
Then
I'm
they've
in
been
no
really
place for a
misreading.
relationship.
Yeah.
Because, not gonna lie, if you don't want a relationship, you need to say that.
Yes.
You need
Yes.
to be like, I don't want a relationship right now.
Like,
but I really enjoy our time.
early on.
Yes.
No, literally, because my friend, her now ex-boyfriend, should have said at the beginning, hey, I don't want a relationship. I'm not ready for one, but I really like you. I really like hanging out with you. And she would have been like, cool, now you're a side hoe. That's great. But he didn't say that to her. And then she was like, I want to be in a relationship, and gave him the ultimatum. And then he accepted. And then he started cheating on her because he was like, oh, now I know it's wrong. Now I want to cheat.
Don't do that.
Like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And
Next
then
question.
gray areas, like navigating that between I don't my thing is just always be honest and upfront. And if they
Yeah.
can't handle it,
Yeah. Wait, I have
then
a
they're
story
a
for this.
child.
So gray area would be, so obviously, I feel like I'm so far away from my mic. I'm sorry if you're editing this. So gray area would be when obviously I dated my best friend and he had a girlfriend from
It's me.
college.
I'm her best friend.
She wishes.
He had a girlfriend from college and they were roughly ending things. And I say roughly because sometimes when you end things, one could think one thing and the other could think something else and be on two different wavelengths, honestly. Because I think in his mind, he was done. And in her mind, she thought he was not like feeling it. He needed some time to think about it. And in her mind, it was still there.
Yeah.
Huh, this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No, yeah. This is why I say our exes would be friends.
No. This sounds like... Never mind.
Who?
Wait, no, this sounds like what?
No, I mean, it does sound like my ex, but it also sounds like what he did with you. But that's fine.
Yeah. So being the other woman in this sense,
Uh-huh.
it was kind of hard. This was a gray area for me because you don't know what's going on and what's happening behind closed doors, whether they're calling each other or texting each other. And like I specifically said, I was like, I cannot start something with you when you have not finished something with her. And like, I feel like, I don't know why, but specifically men have such a hard time putting things out on the table and being like, here's what it is. And then we're sitting there and I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you just say that you were done?
And
like,
that's
I
on
feel like we've
communication,
all...
kids.
This whole episode is
This
just
whole
like
episode, can this be
fucking
called That's on Communication,
communicate.
Kids?
Like, it's really not that hard. Like, if I can look you in the eye and say, I don't want a relationship, I need to figure myself out, but I enjoy spending time with you, like, we should continue this. How hard is it to tell someone that, hey, right now it's just not it for me, and I think we should end things where they are? And how hard is that?
thing
I
is-
just did it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of the communication because you're scared of what they're going to answer back.
Right. Well, and this kind of ties back into what I said earlier, what we were talking about earlier. And this is another reason why I think it helps both parties a lot to have like a, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like thing that is said, or boyfriend or whatever.
Because then that determines boundaries.
Right. For me, if I'm even just casually dating someone, seeing some whatever, until I get that like defined label boundary conversation that is had, I probably am just going to assume like, oh, they could be talking to other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
they
my God,
could
yeah.
be like seeing other people. You know what I mean? Like until I have that legit conversation and I get confirmation from that person like, hey, either this is an exclusive relationship or you're my girlfriend, you're my boyfriend, whatever, just to keep myself safe.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna assume that you're seeing other people and like that, and I have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, that just makes me feel better like when there's a gray area, if I just like assume that. And if you want to know, yes, like if that's happening or not, then like you were saying, like just ask.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm a lot of the times the person that cares more in a relationship. I'm the person that dives in deeper. I'm the person that like gets hurt. Like that's just how I am.
Right.
And so like if you, when you have that determining conversation of you are my girlfriend, like that creates boundaries.
Yeah.
And therefore you know what your expectations are for each other.
Right.
And like if there's no expectations, if you guys don't line up, like I'm having this issue currently, if your expectations don't line up, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like truly. And
Yeah.
it could be you, it could be your partner. It's just, there are no boundaries. Therefore, like, you can't say, oh, you stepped out of line. You like,
Right. There
you
was no
didn't-
line.
There was no line determined. Exactly.
What line?
What
like
line?
truly.
Bitch.
And so it's just like someone's going to get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah. And that's on communication, kids.
Ouch. Okay.
This whole communication, kids.
And so finally, I have some tips that I want to share.
I'm
with
ready.
You guys and our listeners. So for people that date men, specifically women who date men, but you know, this pretty much could apply to anybody. But in my experience with straight men, you want the guy you're dating to like you just a little bit more than you like him, because
At least
then,
at first, yeah.
yeah, at
Yeah,
first,
at
because
first,
then
yeah.
he really fucking works for it, and you can play nonchalant, and he will put in the effort, and
No,
you can
yeah.
be like, yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And then if he likes you, you'll know.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Yep.
these are specific for like women dating men.
Yes.
But
That's our experience.
Yes, that's our experience. If he likes you, you'll know. You will know. If you're confused,
Probably doesn't.
he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He doesn't like.
He doesn't like. Yeah, if you're having to sit there and be like, oh, does he like me? Does he want this? Does a little like he's
back,
probably confused.
I look back at my relationship and I could literally see the switch.
Yes.
In,
Yes.
like texts, snaps. It was a different meaning, a different message. Something flipped there, and when that flips, you run.
Yeah.
No, correct.
If you're wondering, they probably don't, or you can ask them and they probably won't have a good answer, which means they
No,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not worth your fucking time,
While
baby.
while you wait for them to figure out their shit, swipe on Tinder.
Bumble, Hinge, all good
Bumble,
things.
Hinge,
Swipe
all
away.
of the above.
And then my final tip is, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. So any question you ask yourself about someone you're trying to date, like this applies. So if you're like, well, does he like me? If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Does he want to spend time with me? Does he or she, do they want to, but men are a little bit more finicky. So mostly cis men, because they're just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But it's like, does he want to spend time with me? Does he think of me as his girlfriend? Are we exclusive? Like, if it's not a, oh, hell yeah, it's a fucking no, baby.
Right.
It's a no.
Don't waste
trust
your
him.
time.
Don't waste your time.
Find someone who will be a hell yes.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Amazing.
This
Amazing.
was
have
the
any-
most chaotic episode for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like we're back together in person and I
We
see
are.
what's
Oh,
going on
I
behind.
love it.
Yeah, so to clarify, oh my god, we never said this at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
We're in fucking Nashville,
We're in
bitch.
Nashville. We're
Can we
filming
just
this
talk
here.
about how Elaina and I came to Nashville
A day early.
They
A
surprised
day earlier
me and I
than
cried.
when we said we told Emily we'd be here. And
Tonight.
Elaina was in the car with me while we're driving fucking 7.5 hours, and she's like, "Do you think she has any idea?" And I'm like, "She has no fucking idea."
She
We
didn't.
get here, this bitch cries in like
I
what,
knew.
10
I knew.
seconds.
Less-
she was
less
in
than.
tears.
Less.
I have the video. I'll probably post it.
Yeah.
It was my beauty. It was that 7.5 hour car ride glow.
Yeah.
that just
shining
hit
through her front door.
Correct.
All right, it's game
Okay.
time, bitches. All right, never have I ever, dating style.
Okay.
Never have I ever asked someone out.
Oh, I have. For sure.
I want to say yes, but I can't think of anybody currently.
Never have I ever been on a double date. I have not been on a double
With
date.
my parents.
That doesn't count, bitch.
I
They're
mean, I've been on
married.
like a double date with like Emily and our exes.
Oh,
but they were like
yeah.
really casual. Like,
It wasn't like a planned double
I've
date.
never
It was
been
like
on a double
we
date.
lived together and they lived together.
and we went to get food together. You're like,
No, never. Never have I ever sent nudes before the first date. I've not.
No.
I've
I
not.
have not.
Don't
Good
des-
job, kid.
You don't
Oh, look at
deserve
us.
it yet.
I would cheers you, but I'm done with my drink.
You gotta see this ass in leggings before you can see it outside of the leggings.
I love
Never have I ever been stood up. I have not. Thank
No, I
you.
God.
haven't.
Never, baby.
Thank God.
That would suck. I'm so sorry if that
I'd
happened
be
to
so. I wish I was there for the person that has been
Right?
to give him a hug.
Yeah, I would go on
and
a
be
date
like,
with you if you've
Yo,
been
it's
Yeah.
okay. Let's get drunk
you. Be
tonight.
like, I'll be your date. Let's
Yeah,
go.
correct.
Okay. Never have I ever dodged a first kiss. I have. I
No,
have done that.
I haven't dodged a first kiss.
No.
I have.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Never have I ever been catfished. I have not.
No.
Nope.
Not
That
that, I
would
know
fucking
of. I've
suck,
never.
too.
Never have I ever fucked on the first date. I have not.
Nope.
Unless it was like we're going in this just to fuck, and I've done that.
Right.
But that's not a date.
Even
No.
so, I haven't
I have
fucked on the
not.
first date.
I have not fucked on the first date.
Okay. Never have I ever found a boy on Tinder.
Yes.
No.
I thought I did, and then they
Then she
fucking proved me wrong.
Yeah, I have. But we all knew that.
I found people I already knew on Tinder, and that's how we started talking. That's it.
Never have I ever received a gift from my boyfriend I didn't like.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have not.
Like, he thought I was into, like, chunky necklaces, and it was, like, so gaudy, and I was like, Bubba, what?
Oh, that's so funny.
Bubba, what?
No.
I actually don't think I've ever received
I
a
have
gift from
not.
a boyfriend.
Never have I ever lied to a partner. I have.
About what? Just, like, in general?
Just lied to them.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Little white lies here
White
and there.
lies, yep. Never have I ever gotten drunk with my partner's parents.
Oh,
I
fuck yeah.
have.
I have.
I
Gang, gang.
have.
100%.
Okay. Never have I ever been rejected. I have not.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, usually if I'm going for it, like I feel pretty
Yeah.
have
If
not.
if I am making the first move, I know what's going to happen.
yeah, I feel pretty confident.
All
about
right. Never. This is the last one. Never have I ever had a sex dream about someone else while in a relationship.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Of
have
course I
not.
have.
That's normal.
I have not. I'm a loyal hoe.
It has nothing to
It
do
was
with
definitely,
that.
like, celebrities and
Yeah.
shit.
Has
Oh,
literally
I don't-
nothing
It
to do
wasn't,
with
like,
that.
other people. But
You can't help what your subconscious is going on
don't
about.
feel guilty about that. Have your sex dreams.
Have
baby.
your
Wow,
sex
what was the
dream,
ti- I
enjoy
feel
it,
like
and
we
then
were,
wake
like-
up and have some actual sex with your partner.
I like it.
There you go.
I feel like we were rushing the shit out of that. That felt like speed round questions. All right.
We never
I
actually
like
do
it.
speed
Never-
round questions.
Never
liked it.
have I ever told my ex that they're fat.
No.
Never. I've never insulted my partner in any
So
way.
you've never
physically.
said like, "Why are you eating that?"
No, literally never.
The fuck?
I don't
If
sh-
someone said that to me, I would kill them. So I would never
I
say
said
that
this
to
was the
someone
last
else.
episode. I was like, "The fuck." It was the period episode.
Let's try
I
that
was like,
again.
the fuck. Let's try
Bitch,
this
the
again.
fuck? No, truly, I've never insulted my partner for any physical thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, I would never even comment on it.
No.
Never have I ever thought I'd marry my ex.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
I did.
100%.
Ew. Can't
Here we
believe you
are.
did that.
This
believe
is why
you
we're
did
doing
that.
a podcast,
Can't believe
bitch.
any of
I
us
can't
did that.
These are bad decisions. 1, 2, 3, bitch.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for listening. You can find us on Instagram at Babes and Bad Decisions and on Twitter at BABD Podcast. Email us at babesandbaddecisions@gmail.com. And you can now also find all of our episodes and videos on our YouTube channel. Just search Babes and Bad Decisions Podcast. If you like us and want to support us, please take the time to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And check out our Patreon at patreon.com/babesandbaddecisions. All right, what's our outro phrase for today?
Charlotte saying something super problematic. It's more likely than you think.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for listening or watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.